My name is Amy, and I want to welcome you to First UMC Flight 1004. We are heading up, up, and away for distant adventures. I will be your ringleader up front. Assisting me in the back are Justin, Natalie, Riley, and Danny. Remember, we're in a church, so they will not be passing through to offer you adult beverages. However, if you get thirsty during the evening, we have tea, water, and lemonade to this part of the building, over here. Also, if you need to go to the restroom, those are in the back of the building, over here. At this time, please secure your belongings and arrange your chairs for optimal viewing. We will not be demonstrating the fastening of seat belts, since you should already be able to do that. If you still lack this skill, please come see me afterwards. I have an application to our Council Oak Preschool, and they can help you with that skill. Please place your cell phone in the silent or off mode. If you're unsure how to do this, look around the room and find any child under the age of 10. They've got your back. There are no instructions in your seat back pockets because, let's face it, nobody ever reads them. We are holding for several passengers from a connecting flight. Once they're on board, we will be on our way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Man, I wish y'all could have been back there. That first class lounge is really rocking.
So we're going to bring the party out here to the gate. So if you'll just join with us, give me an A.
A. Give me a B.
B.
Give me a
B.
C. Oh, B. Oh.
Yeah, B.
And give me an A. What does that spell?
ABBA! Our next song is Dancing Queen by ABBA.
This is the final boarding call for First UMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for our next destination, Sweden.
I don't know about you, but I think there's a lot of us in this place that love to fish. And our bell choir today is going to perform something that's all about fish. It is from Spain and a lot of Spanish-speaking cultures. This particular song is called Los peces en el río, which means the fish in the river. And it's actually a Christmas carol that is sung by children in our Spanish-speaking cultures that talk about the Virgin Mary and how she comes to the river with the baby Jesus. And the fish are so excited. They want to draw as near as they can to get a glimpse of the Christ child. So tonight we are especially pleased to have our amazing bell choir performing this piece for us, Los peces en el río. Absolutely incredible. Thank you. I don't know where that Yahoo Fisher guy went, but hey, it's really good to see all of y'all here tonight. And on behalf of our senior pastor, Brad Britton, as well as David Johnson and myself, thank you so much for coming out. And Bell Choir, what an amazing, amazing performance already. So this is going to be a great, great evening. Tonight, we're gathered for a really special purpose. And that purpose is to raise money for the Round Rock Area Serving Center. And so I'm going to invite my good friend Lori Scott, who's the director of the Round Rock Area Serving Center, to tell you a little bit about who they are and what they do. And Lori, as you know, we partner with you very closely, and we're very proud to say that. And after you talk, I will tell them how they can give.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Pat. Good evening. The Serving Center serves 1,100 households every month with food, clothing, furniture, 46 community gardens, coats for kids, computers for kids, the Volunteer Center, Treasures Charity Resale Shop and Boutique, and we provide financial assistance for rent, utilities, prescriptions, transportation, and temporary lodging. Last year, the Serving Center assisted 87,000 people, and we processed 1.5 million pounds of food. In 2022, the caseload increased by 39%. That was on top of 2021 with a 33% increase. And then, of course, in 2020, due to the pandemic, our caseload jumped by 102%. Food inflation and housing inflation continue to drive low-income families to seek assistance at the Serving Center. And for the first quarter of this year, our caseload is still running ahead by 20%. We give God the glory for the mission at the Serving Center, and we are truly blessed by First United Methodist Church. Thank you for your support, thank you for your volunteerism, and thank you for your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Laurie. Almost every single day, your staff and the volunteers who work in the front office greet somebody that's coming to our church in need of some sort of assistance. And our number one place that we and other churches refer to is the Round Rock Area Serving Center. Many of you volunteer there. Thank you for doing that. And what your donations tonight do is it helps fund about over $1 million every year that goes to help the most needy in our community just through the Serving Center. So on your tables is a place card that has a QR code that you can scan that to give to the Round Rock Area Serving Center, or you can just text the word POPS to 44321. And if you do that, this will be a wonderful way that you and I can be the hands and feet and the love of Jesus Christ in our community. So thank you so much for your generosity tonight.
It is so good to see everybody here. It was adjusted for me tonight. Not me. So we are here to introduce Starry, Starry Night.
No, the name of this song is Vincent.
But it says Starry, Starry Night.
Well, this is Vincent. It was written by Don McLean. Actually, he wrote it in the fall of I thought it was loud enough. In the fall of 1970, that's when I was just starting high school. Mary Jane wasn't born yet, though, which is really awkward because we're twins. And I didn't know until I was going to introduce this song that he wrote it about Vincent van Gogh. I thought it was about his brother or something. I didn't know. And I mean, I remembered this song. So interestingly enough, it was about Vincent van Gogh. And I think that's pretty awesome. I know nothing about art. I know a little bit about music. But I found some really interesting quotes by Vincent van Gogh. And I liked a couple of them, so I'm going to share them with you. First one is, art is to console those who are broken by life. And some of you may know that Vincent van Gogh suffered a bit with his mental and emotional health. And so that's kind of tragic, but also pretty cool that art consoles those that are broken by life. And I really like this one. This one spoke to me. I try more and more to be myself, caring relatively little whether people approve or disapprove. And that's kind of my motto. So, Mary Jane has a couple of comments.
Well, I just wanted to talk about the people that are here on stage that are going to play. On one hand, we have Ring of Joy, which used to be a group of new bell ringers. These are not new bell ringers. These are ringers that, for some reason or another, could not be at a rehearsal that was on different nights. So they formed this group in the morning when they were all available. And on the other hand, we have our high school students, which like to call themselves the Ringing Reckoning, self-named. So I would like to introduce to you, for the very first time, Transcend. This is the final boarding call for FUMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for our next destination, which is the Netherlands.
Starry, starry night, paint your palettes blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day, with eyes that know the darkness in my soul, shadows on the hills. Sketch the trees and daffodils, catch the breeze and the winter chills, in colors on the snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze, swirling clouds and violet haze, reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue, colors changing hue. Morning fields of amber gray, weathered faces lined in pain are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what you tried to say to me, and how you suffered for your sanity, and how you tried to set them free. They did not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now, for they could not love you, but still your love was true. And when no hope was left in sight, on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, Vincent, this world was never meant for one as beautiful as you.
I am so excited about our next destination. I love all things British. I love the accents, the countryside, even the little double-decker buses. I just can't wait. But the main reason I love England so much is because, of course, they gave us the Beatles. Do I have any Beatle fans out there tonight? Great. I've got a Beatles story to tell you. Now, if you were at a Pops concert several years ago, I told this same story. But I know most of you out there, and your memories are not that good, so I'm not concerned about telling it again. But it happened many years ago when I was younger, so much younger than today. I was just 17, you know what I mean. I was a huge Beatles fan. Why, I listened to them 8 days a week. And it was about this time that I met my husband, Bill. We were at a high school dance, and he is always so sweet when he talks about the day we met. He says, she was just standing there. There was something in the way she moved. Anyway, he came over to where I was standing, and he said, hey, do you want to dance? Actually, do you want to know a secret? I want to hold your hand. Girl, I've got to get you into my life. Well, I just looked up at him, and I said, get back. You've got to hide your love away. I mean, I wasn't ready for that. But of course, it wasn't too long before I changed my mind, and I said, now, if I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? His friends were back there saying, oh, she loves you. Yeah. Anyway, soon after we started dating, we heard that the Beatles were coming to the United States. They were going to do a concert tour of several cities, including Washington, D.C., which was real close to where we lived. I was so excited. I said, I'm going to ask my dad if he'll take us to that concert. So when he came home that evening, I said, Daddy, help. Please me, and take us to the Beatle concert. Well, he was not a big Beatles fan, and he said, no, I am not taking you to see those 4 long-haired clowns. I said, well, you don't have to take us. I could drive my car. He said, you don't have a car, so just let it be. Well, now, I was pretty determined. I mean, I didn't want to start a revolution or anything, but I wanted to go to the concert. I told Bill, look, we can just walk. It's not really that far. You go down Penny Lane, past the strawberry fields, forever, and then you turn right at Abbey Road. Now, it's kind of a long, winding road, but it's not like it's in the Norwegian Wood or across the universe. Bill says, woman, you might as well try to cross the Potomac in a yellow submarine as to walk. I said, okay, well, we'll just get a ticket to ride over there, or I can get a little help from my friends. Julia or Lucy, she's always up in the sky somewhere. But anyway, it wasn't, didn't work out that way. But Bill kept saying, we can work it out. Well, of course, by this time I was pretty frustrated, and I said, yeah, what, when I'm 64? So anyway, unfortunately, Bill and I never made it to the Beatle concert. Yeah, but before you know it, the Beatles were no more, and we'd missed our opportunity. But, when I look back on all those years, it seems just like yesterday, but I feel fine. Bill and I have had so many blessings. We've been able to go here, there, everywhere, and what we've learned is that really all you need is love. So, well, yeah, that's sweet, but I'm hoping that tonight when we land, we'll be able to find a Beatles group that's playing music, and especially my favorite Beatles song. Although, it's really sad I cannot remember that many Beatles songs anymore. But I do remember Eleanor Rigby. So I know it won't be the Beatles live, but what a dream it would be if we could hear the Beatles on handbells. So I hope that's that's what's happening. Wait. Did I just hear the final call for flight 1004? Oh, I've got to go. Tally-ho.
Wow, that was great, wasn't it? Wow, wonderful jubilation. Not only was it a trip to England, it was a trip down memory lane. Okay, so the next stop on our fantasy vacation tour is Mexico. We get a lot of things from south of the border, don't we? We even get two kinds of salsas. We get the kind that you put your dip into, right? Right? And then we get the music, the salsa dancing. Oh, well, sorry. Okay, anyway, the salsa music started coming across the border in the 1940s. Remember the big band music? Dean Martin, Rosemary Clooney, good grief, she could sing. And it was very, very big in New York City, just took the whole city by storm. Jubilation is going to perform a classic tune from south of the border, Sway.
Greetings, mere mortals of Round Rock. I am the man, the myth, the legend, Hercules. This is where you're supposed to cheer for me. I am the son of Zeus. I am the greatest hero of all time. My strength and prowess are legendary, and my feats of strength are unmatched by anyone. From an early age, I knew I was destined for greatness. With my divine heritage, I was gifted with unparalleled strength and endurance, which made me invincible. I was feared and respected by all who knew me. My reputation as a warrior and hero were spread wide and far. My 12 labors, they were a mere trifle for me. I easily defeated the challenges the gods put before me. The Nemean lion, the Hydra, the golden hide, I easily vanquished them with my mighty hand. That's falling off. And all feared me. And let's not forget about the infamous stiff-fingered birds, which I easily dispatched with my mighty arrows. But they were so delicious as well. My physical strength is not the only thing that sets me apart, but my sharp wit and cunning make me be a force to be reckoned with. I've even outsmarted some of the greatest and superior foes that Greece has ever faced. My legend has inspired countless people throughout the ages, and my name is synonymous with heroism and strength. My exploits are the stuff of legends. I hear they even made a movie about me. So remember, mere mortals, if you ever find yourself in need of a hero, look no further than me, Hercules, the greatest demigod of all time. This is why I'm surprised this whole musical extravaganza is not about me. Amy, we'll have a talk about this later. But you're about to delight your ears with one of my greatest trials as I go the distance. This is the final boarding call for First UMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for their next destination, Greece.
Kori Bianiki is a 19th century folk song that tells the story of a meeting between a peddler and a girl describing their haggling over goods and a metaphor for courtship. It is based on a poem of the same name by Nikolai Nekrasov, which was first printed in 1861. The first two stanzas, "Oh, my crate is so full, I've got calico and brocade. Take pity, oh sweetie, of this lad's shoulder. I will go out into the tall rye. I will wait till there the night comes. Once I see the dark-eyed lass, I shall showcase all my goods." It is most well known now in Western pop culture as the theme music for the video game Tetris. This is an arrangement by Matthew Prinz. The Ringing Reckoning are wearing gloves in honor of Ukraine. This final boarding call for flight FUMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for our next destination, the Ukraine.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end that's right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind. and good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and their skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. J'espère que vous avez aimé votre voyage. Maintenant, on va à Paris. Imaginez que vous faites une promenade à côté de la Seine et la ville s'allume devant toi. Vous sautez du pain. Vous entendez de la musique. C'est une chanson que vous connaissez d'un film que vous avez vu. En marchant, vous cueillez des fleurs, une rose en particulier. C'est comme la ville d'amour, Paris. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you are enjoying your trip so far. Our next stop is the beautiful city of Paris, France. Imagine you are strolling down the Seine, looking at the lights of the Eiffel Tower above you. You notice the smell of freshly baked baguettes wafting through the air. In the distance, you hear a street musician playing that all-familiar tune, the one they always use in the movies. As you listen, you pass a stand of beautiful fresh flowers. You notice one blossom in particular, the red rose. Ah, such a symbol of Paris and love. Sit back, relax, and enjoy La Vie en Rose, played by Council Oak Bells. You never know, you might just spot that rose. This is the final boarding call for First UMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for our next destination, Paris, France.
How many of you have left your house, gotten in your car, maybe even driven away, only to return your home because you've forgotten something? Hands raised in the high, own it. All right, how many, keep your hands up, how many have done that twice in one trip? Keep your hands up if you've done it twice. All right, here's the thing. How many of you done it 3 times? I have help. You were imitating a rondo when you did that. You can put your hands down if you have, yeah. A rondo is a melody that keeps coming back in a piece of music, just as you kept going back home because you kept forgetting things. So what if I gave you the name of a song? What would go through your head? You ready? Dancing Queen by ABBA. Go ahead and hum. ABBA that you heard earlier, that is a very simple form of a rondo. That chorus that you just said, that you just sang and hummed, always comes back, right? So that's a very simple form of a rondo. So this evening, you're going to hear a rondo written by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Don't get up. Okay, don't. Rondo a la Turk. You'll hear a melody at the beginning, and then it'll continually come back. See if you can count how many times it comes back. All right. This is the final boarding call for First UMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for our next destination, Turkey.
Okay, well, I had written that I hope you enjoyed this, but now I know that you enjoyed it, so I'm going to strike the word hope and say, I see that you enjoyed the amazing piece that the Sound of Joy brought as much as I did. Over the years, this group has never ceased to amaze me. They've been around for a long time. They're someone that most of us handbell ringers look up to. We're like, one day, that will be us. We're going to memorize our music. Probably not. One day, we're going to mallet at the speed of light. Probably not. And one day, we're going to finish an entire piece without any sweat on our brows. Definitely not. But a girl can dream, right? So with tonight, hope you notice that each piece that we're bringing you has been taking you on a trip around the world, and we hope that you've enjoyed that trip so far. We're not quite done. This next piece is called Sakura. I did my homework just like everybody else did. I hit that internet, typed it in, and the first thing that came up was restaurants. So yes, I got totally off course because then I had to go check out the restaurants. I had to look at the menus and check out the pictures of the food, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably not real food, it's fake, but you know how that goes. So anyway, I finally got myself back on course, but since I'm such a great person, I am going to let you in on the efforts of my research of restaurants. There are actually 2 in our area. They have really amazing pictures. I don't know if they're real food, but they have great reviews. There's one in Lakeway and one in Barton Creek. So there you go. Now you know a little extra information you weren't planning on tonight. So our next stop, if you haven't figured it out yet, is Japan. If you've ever traveled to Japan, then you know that this is a long flight to a beautiful country that has a lot of full and rich culture. Our jubilation team will be playing a song called Sakura, which is the Japanese word for cherry blossoms. They are the symbolic of life as they remind us that life is precious and brief, much like the cherry blossoms are. The good times in our lives can also be brief, but they can create lasting memories for us to cherish for a lifetime. So tonight, as Jubilation brings us this beautiful piece, please take the time to renew yourselves and live in the moment that will be brief, but just as precious as those cherry blossoms are. Final boarding call for FUMC Flight 1004. Please arrive.
I'm so excited to take you to our next location. I've wanted to go here forever. I also needed to return this child to her family and her sister. So if anyone has seen Bluey or her parents, let her know I have bingo here. Okay, so in case you haven't guessed, we are going to Australia, but specifically South Australia, which means we may never get there because I have a negative sense of direction and I never really know where I am. I was really excited to introduce the Australian song for two reasons. One, this is my father's Australian bush hat. He passed away in 2020. It has the kangaroo on the label here. It says Traders Down Under. It is 100% genuine leather, and it was made in Pakistan. Well, there you go. It's still cool. That's right. Great hat. Great hat. Okay, so why have we come to South Australia? We are looking for the ever elusive kangaroo. Okay, so everyone, you need to be on the lookout. I've got my binoculars. I am ready to find a kangaroo. Now, I have brought this entire group with me because they have a skill set that I need to find this kangaroo. Did you know kangaroos love sea shanties? I didn't know that kangaroos love sea shanties. Why would they like a song that was sung to promote rhythmical labor? Maybe because they like to hop along in the pattern of the sea shanty. I don't even know. Doesn't matter to me. I need to find a kangaroo. So they're going to ring a sea shanty, and at one point words are going to appear on those screens, and I'm going to stand up here and sing them, and you need to sing too. They're going to sing too, because if we want the kangaroo to show up, we have to play the shanty and we have to sing the shanty, okay? So I need everybody's help. Everybody. And once again, if you have seen Bluey or her parents, please let them know I have somehow kidnapped their younger sibling. Anyway, this is the final boarding call for First UMC Flight 1004. We need everyone on board for our next destination, Australia, mate.
South Australia, I was born, keep away all
successful? Is there a kangaroo anywhere? Oh my gosh, we did it, we did it, we did it!
We made it. Before we play our final number, I want to thank you all for coming tonight to enjoy a night of fellowship and music. Thank you also for your generous donations to the Round Rock Area Serving Center. Lori Scott, it's been our privilege to have you and your husband with us tonight and to support the incredible work that you do by the center. We have one award to present tonight. Several years ago, the Pops theme was called the Hammy Awards. I found the trophy and the ringers filled me in on the history. We talked about it and we decided that she must live on. So tonight, we are presenting the Hammy Pops Esprit de Corps Award to David Johnson. Hop on out here, David. There you go. You got to stay a character, man. David, you may proudly display her in your office this year. Next year, you can help us present her to the new recipient. We have an individual Hammy just for you. Wait, don't leave. We have an individual Hammy for you so that you may keep to remember this illustrious night.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you're a family member of one of our ringers, would you please stand? Husbands, wives, kids, aunts, uncles, brothers. Thank you for your support of your ringer and our handbell ministry. They spend hours each week being part of this team, and they could not do it without your love and support. And finally, and they already know this, thank you to this incredible team of humans that I work with every week. You bring such love and joy to all that you do, and as I say, you are never boring. These guys put in endless hours every week in preparation for tonight. Please, when you see them, give them thanks. As I finish my last first with you, I do so with love and gratitude. Coming to Texas was the best decision I could have made. Thank you.
Thank you.